Welcome to the channel, guys. Today we're doing a fragrance battle between Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Eau Intense and Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Sun. So stay tuned. And don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. So Light Blue Eau Intense is one of those fragrances that has been hyped a lot. It's been talked about as one of the best, if not by some people, the best summer fragrance. And it certainly is a really nice designer summer fragrance. For me, this one actually opens up with a bit of a lemon smell, even though that's not a listed note. I know the citrus in it is grapefruit. The grapefruit doesn't develop to my nose for a while, and it actually kind of comes off a little bit lemon pledgy, which is, to me, somewhat off-putting. But it also has this sort of tropical vibe going to it that's actually very enjoyable and very, very nice. So this one does have a nice sort of citrusy opening when that grapefruit does finally hit. And it does really have this sort of tropical vibe that really makes it seem very summery, very fun, very carefree, and very, very easy to wear. As this one starts to dry down, I do pick up a little bit more on the woodiness, the amberwood in that base, and it is actually nice. This is my favorite feature of this fragrance. So the tropical vibe along with the woodiness does make it really enjoyable and does certainly create a nice dry down. But for comparison, the new 2019 release Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Sun doesn't smell quite like this. Now this is a flanker of the original Light Blue, and it does feature a prominent note of grapefruit. And much like Eau Intense, I feel like the grapefruit takes a little bit to start to develop. And actually in the beginning I don't really get many citruses. It has a very light, very airy type of a smell that actually comes off a little bit not quite soapy, but kind of reminds me of like a bubble bath, to be honest. It smells like those bubbles. And it does so without being particularly soapy. As the grapefruit starts to develop, it does have this really nice, crisp, sort of sparkling vibe to it. So I really do get this really beautiful grapefruit in there. As it dries down more, I do get a little bit of sweetness that starts to come out. I think this is the coconut, and I think this is probably the biggest difference between the two in the dry down. This one has a little bit more of a sweet vibe from the coconut in the dry down. I also find that the grapefruit is a lot more enjoyable. The grapefruit in Eau Intense is a little bit more subdued. It's not as bright, and it's not nearly what I would describe as sparkling, which I get with Light Blue Sun. Now when it comes to performance, these two both perform fairly well, especially for fresher summer type fragrances, especially ones that have a pretty prominent citrus note. Now I will say that I do get slightly more projection with Sun. It is a very light fragrance, so even though it does project decently, it's not one that really punches you in the face, and it does have a little bit more lasting power to that projection. But all in all, they do both last over that 7-hour mark, which is pretty good, and it can be up to that 8-hour mark, which for me is sort of the benchmark. But again, this is pretty good for this type of fragrance, these fresh, light, citrus-heavy fragrances. Overall, I actually like Light Blue Sun better. I think it's the better choice. This one does kind of have this sort of lemony pledge vibe that can kind of come off in the opening a little bit like toilet bowl cleaner or something like that. Not to totally diss this fragrance, it is actually quite nice. It's just in that first 5-10 minutes of the opening, it does have this kind of reminder of, a bathroom cleaning product or something. And it is because the citrus to me comes off a little bit lemony and a little bit sharp, so I don't really enjoy that aspect of it. I don't get that at all with Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Sun. I do also find that this one is more pleasant to wear. This one is more mass appealing. Other people around me have definitely enjoyed this one more, and I think comparatively speaking, this one is going to be better if what you're looking for is compliments. It's also a little bit more unique and a little bit newer. I find the dry down with Eau Intense can come off a little bit generic at times. I mean, this one kind of can too, but that sort of coconut vibe does take it a little bit differently and does give it at least a little bit of a twist. All in all, they are both nice, good summer fragrances, and if you can get a good price on either of these, they're fairly safe, and I think they're a safe bet. But if I had to pick one, I would say Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Sun. I find the scent profile is better and the performance is just slightly better. So anyways, guys, that's it for this one. Which one of these two do you like better? Don't forget to leave a comment down below. And as always, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.